welcome to everybody to Best Friends Pod Gaming. That sounds better. I'm your host, Aaron Weiss, alongside and you know what? I haven't given you a new nickname. You used to be the Milledgeville Mamba, and now you live in freaking Roanoke. What are you going to be? The Rolex of, I don't know, Rolls Royce? The region.
I don't know.
Welcome the let's say the fifth most famous podcaster from Roanoke, Virginia, Bryant Stinson.
Who are the other four?
Three of them are Carlin brothers.
Okay, yeah, fair.
And then one of them also works in their office.
Oh, okay. Yeah, get on board with that. Well, hey.
Yeah, so
hey, how's it going?
Man, I can't believe I'm on a podcast with the fifth most famous podcaster in Roanoke, Virginia.
And they said it couldn't happen.
I know. I tried to, when they said shoot for the stars or shoot for the moon and land among the stars, I truly did that.
Hey, and ironically, Roanoke, Virginia has the largest man-made star in the world.
What does that even mean?
There's a man-made star on top of one of the mountains in Roanoke that you can see from the interstate.
And it lights up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Star City of the South is what Roanoke is called.
When Erica and I come visit, we'll be sure to be on the lookout for that.
Or I could just take you up to it when you get here.
Yeah, that too. That's yeah.
Yeah, but you can do both. Why not both?
Yeah, why not both? But you know what, Bryant? This isn't exactly a travel podcast. This is Best Friends Pod Gaming, where each and every week, me and you get on Discord and talk about video game news and, news in our video game world. If you like that and you want to be a part of the show, you can go to patreon.com/Weisscast and submit questions if you want to join us at one of the tiers. And you know what? We'd love it if you joined us. Bryant, I realized that this show, for as few episodes that are actually uploaded on this feed, there's like 250 total listens.
Really?
Yeah. When you have a name as generalized as like GamesPod, turns out you get a lot of listens.
Well, look at that. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I know. So we should have done this a long time ago, Bryant.
But here we are, 2022.
But here we are. We're just learning things in the year of our Lord 2022.
The year of our Lord Omicron.
Yeah. Omicron. Lord Omicron.
Sounds like a bad sci-fi film.
It does sound like a bad sci-fi film. You know what? Well, let's get straight to the news. I believe we each have a piece of news that we would like to share. And you know what? I think your news is a little more exciting than mine.
Yeah, I mean,
it's equal, actually. I'd say.
I'd say it's equal. Yeah, but I can go first. So I'm sure that we remember, as people who like video games, the excitement that quickly turned into disappointment that was the release of Cyberpunk 2077. And I mean, it just released buggy as all get out, AI issues, performance issues, and many people were frustrated with CD Projekt because at that time it had released on the same day, if I'm not mistaken, or at least within one or two days as the release of the next gen consoles. Maybe it was a month later. Sorry, it was around that time. It was one of the first games that came out shortly after the next gen consoles were released. And people were really upset with CD Projekt because they felt that they tried to shoot too wide. They tried to release the games on the next gen consoles and have them perform well as the current gen consoles, and they only performed kind of okay on the next gen consoles. And so Cyberpunk kind of released the game, went in hibernation for a little while, and then just the other day, Cyberpunk 2077 released their newest update. It was patch 1.5, which is basically which is a next gen update of the game. So it officially came to next gen, and there were a host of additions and add-ons. There's some free DLC.
And it did also fix the PS4 version, so it's playable on PS4 now.
Yep, it is playable on PS4. Which I feel bad for them because of all that they went through. But I mean, this release, this patch was like 50 gigs. And it had a ton of improvements and additional things that I'm not going to go through all of them, but the notable ones, for those of you who have played Cyberpunk or maybe are interested, I think now is probably a good time to test it out and see what you think.
Maybe not exactly now, but we'll get to that later.
Well, now is a good time if you're interested.
I was just thinking because, like, also if you're interested in like Elden Ring or Horizon Forbidden West,
true.
Like now is a pretty crazy time to get into a game that's like a year and a half old at this point, but not a lot of people have played it because it was nearly unplayable on the most popular console it came out for. So, it reviewed pretty well on PC, I believe.
Yeah, it got like a 9 from IGN, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're a console gamer on PlayStation, you probably haven't played it yet. So,
yeah. I mean, Elden Ring comes out next week. Horizon Forbidden West is already out.
I think I'm going to check it out this summer. That's what I'm trying to say. But
fair.
That's just a personal preference.
That's fair. Well, some of the additions that they added, you can have additional apartments now. You can. I mean, they updated the graphics for next gen. So if you own a PS5 or Xbox Series X, you can choose between performance mode and ray tracing mode. Obviously, if you have a Xbox Series S, it locks you at a certain. You can only have performance mode. You don't have the option for ray tracing. They improved the combat AI a little bit. They improved the vehicle. Yeah, they improved the vehicle physics. They improved the overall AI ambiance that exists within Night City to make Night City feel more alive and lived in. They rebalanced the skills, and then they did something unique with the PS5 controller. So the PS5 controller has a built-in speaker, and if you are with also the rumble, the haptic rumble features as well. So you can, while you're walking around Night City, you can hear people talking and different things going on through the speaker built into your controller, which I think is pretty neat.
There are other games that have done something similar, like on Guardians of the Galaxy. There's like a lot of you talk with your team, just like kind of while you're walking around, they're like having a conversation, and by default you hear them through the controller, and it was so hard to get used to. I just turned it off and put it through the TV.
Yeah, and I think every text message you get, every holo call, and any other bits of dialogue that happen like specific to the character, you hear through the controller's speaker. But also, I mean, with the haptic rumble feature for the PS5 controller, every kick of an assault rifle or pistol that you fire, you feel the rumble in the controller. Great.
And there's
feature.
probably resistance in the triggers too.
Yeah, absolutely. So
which
I mean,
is also hard to get used to.
yeah. So I think there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of quality of life additions that were made in addition to some new content that helped the game. It is a shame that the timing coming out is right around two of the most anticipated games of 2022.
Like legit possible game of the year contenders.
Yeah,
like
yep.
they're going to be in the conversation.
Yeah, Elden Ring. If it's any good, will be in the conversation. I mean, the last From Software game that was released won Game of the Year in 2019. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. So they know what they're doing. So I think Cyberpunk will do well with this. We'll have to continue to see how the stories unfold. But it's an exciting thing for those who have been looking forward to this game, and that's one of the things that I appreciate about CD Projekt. I appreciate the fact that they didn't just sit on their laurels. Oh man, we failed. Like, let's just wait 5 years and go again. Like, no, they got back up and are attempting to bring, and they promised that they would bring a next gen update, and they did, and they delivered. And so, as time goes on, we'll see how good it is. There's also a free trial mode that comes with this next gen release, so you can actually give it a shot prior to deciding if you want to purchase it or not. So,
yeah, it's like 5 hours.
Yeah,
is that right?
Which is pretty much the entire prologue,
and the progress carries over.
Yeah,
to the full purchase, which is huge.
Yeah.
I've actually played the first 2 or 3 hours. I got it on Stadia when it came out, and actually it ran really well. Even with streaming, like it was running pretty immaculately. But my issue was / is data caps on home internet, which is stupid. So I didn't want to play too much of it. I just happened to have a Google gift card that I had gotten for Christmas, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to use this on, so I might as well get Cyberpunk on Stadia.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I think like CD Projekt are a good developer. This was a massive mistake for a very, very. I think the way that they went about it was just the scope was too big. If they would have just said it's only, I think they didn't want to just relegate it to next gen.
Yeah,
they would have said it's only going to be a next gen release. I think they would have found themselves a little more successful, but they probably would have made less money.
And I think the hype just got away from them. Like,
yeah,
they'd been hyping it for almost a decade.
It got delayed 3 different times. Because I remember it got delayed 3 different times within 1 year of it being announced that it was coming out. They had to push it back 3 different times, and so they lost a little bit of momentum, and then the game came out and it was very, very buggy. So, but credit to them for trying to fix it to the best of their ability. This is probably going to be the last thing that we see them do with it, if it's not successful. So,
well, as far as fixing, I think this will be the last thing.
They did have some free DLC that came with it. Nothing story related, I don't think.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
I think there will be some story DLC. When they released the trailer for the patch, apparently there was a mission in it that was not in the original release. So there's speculation that
there could be
story DLC is coming probably this year. And I think that will also be free, just to get good graces again.
Yeah, and they typically have done things that way, like tons and tons of free content. So, But that's Cyberpunk 2077. It's a good the game's not bad. It's
No.
never been bad. It's just depending on your it really exposed the the different platforms' weaknesses and deficiencies more than any other games. So we're looking at it now where pretty much most people will probably have either gone out and purchased some sort of next gen console probably by now, maybe, or at least attempt to. So we can focus more on those going forward. But
Likely a Series S.
yep, like the Series S. That's what I have.
No, I was saying likely a
Oh,
Series
yeah,
S
likely
because
they're the only ones available.
you can go to Walmart, Target, Best Buy, whatever, and there's probably one in stock there.
Yep.
They've been selling really well. That's not the indication of why they're in stock. They're in stock because they don't have the same chips that the higher end consoles need, so it's easier to produce them.
Yeah. Man,
So
what a fun time for all these games coming out. I feel like we probably should talk about Elden Ring a little bit if we have the time to. But
I kind of wanted to talk about it next week when we had both, at least downloaded it.
yeah, because I pre-ordered it yesterday, 2 days. So I am beyond excited.
I'm pretty excited, and I've never really been excited about a Soulsborne game. So
it's probably gonna kick our tails, but it'll be fun.
the theme song is epic.
I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, it's in. I forget which trailer it's in, but it's in one of the trailers. It's epic. It has an epic score. But kind of going back to Cyberpunk for a second. Also, my experience with Cyberpunk in those couple hours that I played, it felt like I wanted Fallout 4 to feel like. Like it felt exactly like the iteration from New Vegas to 4 that I wanted, and I really appreciate that. And I'm glad that I didn't pay for the game out of like my own pocket. Like I just got, had a gift card and got it that way. But I'm excited to come back to it because as of right now, there's not a ton of video game releases in the like May to August window that I'm interested in. So I'm gonna have time, video game wise, to come to it. I do wish that I had picked up a physical copy of it from Best Buy because multiple times it was on sale for like $5 or $10 for the PS4 version.
No, nice.
So whatever. If I pick it up now, it's probably gonna have to be full price, but and they probably don't even sell the PS4 version physically anymore. They probably only have it on the PlayStation Store, and probably will have a PS5 version in store.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to come back to it because I've definitely missed like the feel of like Fallout, and I expected Cyberpunk to feel more like The Witcher and less like Fallout. And it really doesn't to me.
Fair. That is totally fair. I love The Witcher, and I did have high hopes for the upcoming just for the upcoming Cyberpunk game. And I think they're figuring it out. So we'll see. Again, time will tell how everything is received once people have gotten substantial amounts of time with this patch, and then we can kind of see just how good of a job they did at the second try.
Yeah, I'm hoping that YouTubers will talk about it more because I know like traditional outlets probably won't revisit it.
It may. At least
I don't know if there's going to be a re-review though.
Yeah, at least a performance review has been released by some outlets. Some of the
Okay.
that's just for performance. As far as like how everything goes, like the game is still the game. Nothing's new, particularly, but there could be a chance that this is the first real opportunity they've gotten to review it on next gen consoles, like as it's updated for them. So there could be an opportunity, but we'll have to see.
Speaking of reviews, let's move on to our next story. At the time of recording, February 18th, Horizon Forbidden West has released to the general audiences, and right now it holds a score of 89 on Metacritic. And I say right now, that's pretty locked in because all the major review sites have sent in their reviews. I'm going to be pulling from one of my favorite reviewing outlets. Any guesses, Bryant?
IGN.
You wish. No, it was Easy Allies. I'll just give their summary. Horizon Forbidden West is a long game set in a huge world, but it earns its massive scope. The link is bolstered by performances as unique as the faces that bring them to life, and a topical story that remains compelling throughout. The big map is stacked with small icons, but it all leads in the same way, in the same direction as you cross expansive hostile terrain toward a threat the game never stops hyping up. Aloy's observatory dialogue can be redundant, and there are some other minor distractions, but the rest of the game is so excellent that none of that matters in the end. It's a potent evolution of the first game's strengths, and the enthusiasm put into every element, from its distinct creatures to its signature combat, always shines through. Final score 9 out of 10.
Nice.
I'm excited to play this. I played the first one, and I think I would have liked it better if I had played it before Breath of the Wild came out. And it famously released a week or two before Breath of the Wild and Switch came out. So it was pretty quickly overshadowed by review outlets and YouTubers because and it was also a lot of comparisons, even though there's really not that much in common. I guess a few of the mechanics maybe, but there's not that much in common between Horizon and Breath of the Wild. When the sequel to Breath of the Wild was officially announced, or I think it was there was a trailer for it last E3, I believe. Is that right, Bryant?
Yes.
And whenever it had a 2022 release date, and so did Horizon, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, here we go again." But the first time it was just coincidence. I don't think it would happen. I didn't think it would happen again, and obviously it's not, because Breath of the Wild 2 still does not have a release date. But I have this on my PS5, but unfortunately I'm out of town this weekend, so I can't try it out. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm hoping that I enjoy it, because I think the first one had the makings of a game that I would enjoy, but there was just things that just felt weird in the game that I'm hoping are fixed. The climbing felt kind of weird in the first game. I've heard that it's improved, but also like kind of an acquired taste. But they also added things like they added a glider, so they did copy Breath of the Wild. And I forget what else they added, but it seems like an improvement from what I've heard and what I've read. Did you ever play the first Horizon at all? Are you at all interested in this game?
I didn't play it. I wish I would have been able to, but I never got a chance to play it. But I know it did really, really well. It was one of those games that it wasn't as hyped about as some of the other games that were being released around it.
Yep.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that Horizon Forbidden Dawn was released around the same time as not only Breath of the Wild but also Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
And I think Andromeda was the one that was most anticipated, and it flopped the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been thoroughly impressed with how these games have done, and so it's good that Horizon Forbidden West is so like well thought of already.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, if only I had a PS5 and could play it.
Yeah, the first one just crossed 20 million units sold a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty big, especially considering, like, I mean, it's a 5-year-old game. I'm sure people that have a PS5 that didn't have a PS4 bought the game so they could play it before 2 came out.
Yep.
I know that there was some enhancements for PS5 for the first one. I don't think they did like a true port. I think they just did some quality of life enhancements.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I think it's very impressive that despite seemingly everything going against it at its time of release, like it being released around just two gargantuan hype machines that are Zelda and Mass Effect, and it's still standing out all these years later, and definitely towering over one of those.
Mm-hmm.
In everyone's hindsight, I think that it's just a testament to Guerrilla Games and just the time and love that they put into the game and the franchise. I yeah, I'm excited to play this new installment, and you know, if I don't like it that much, Elden Ring's coming out next week. And
And
if I don't like that,
I was like, we will like Elden Ring. We don't speak poorly about From Software, all right?
you know, I've never spoken poorly about them. I've always just said I don't know if their games are for me.
They're for everyone.
Um,
They make you into a better controller warrior.
but Brian,
You'll
we're not.
never beat Stardew Valley if you can't beat FromSoft game. All right.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to beat Stardew Valley. It's such a long, potentially long game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Brian, these games are, well, one's out, but I can't play it because my PS5's at home. And the other's not coming out till next week. What have we been playing like this past week?
Past week, I have
Or past couple weeks because we didn't talk about what we've been playing last week.
true. Um, I have. I still have not been able to find the time to be able to get into Legends Arceus yet, which is no, that's not true. I have started it. I'm in Jubilife Village. Like I've caught the 3 starters and I'm in Jubilife Village, but I haven't picked a starter yet. So I haven't been released into the game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've done very little. So um, I continue playing a little bit more of Shining Pearl, the remake, and I've been enjoying that. And I did start a save on Cyberpunk 2077 with the new patch the other day. And then I remember doing that and thinking to myself, man, I'm going to get into this game and Elden Ring is going to come out. I'm just going to stop playing it. So I've been playing like a hatful of games. And of course, the old familiars of PUBG and things like that. So it's kind of what I've been playing lately. What about you?
Yeah, we're playing a lot of Legends Arceus. I am almost done with the main story.
Nice.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, the gameplay loop is so addicting. Yeah. Erica and I have continued to play Puyo Puyo Tetris, which has been a lot of fun. I haven't really been playing much else. But that will obviously change here soon, with both Horizon and Elden Ring on the docket. But then, come March, I'll be sucked right back to the Switch because Kirby's coming out. Whoop, whoop.
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
So it's game season, yo.
It is game season, and then before you know it, we'll be at E3 and EA at E3 and
Summer Games Fest.
just call it Summer Games Fest, which includes EA and E3 and Nintendo Treehouse.
No, like literally, like all of June is like
Yeah,
announcements. There's like something pretty much every day, and I'm like, I can't keep up with this.
yeah. But will we try? Yes.
Yeah. You know what? You know what, Coke Media? We don't care what you have to say. Annapurna, give us a blog post.
Yeah.
Like, let the big boys talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let the big boys talk.
Who's the one that like does a really weird conference like every year? They did Fall Guys. They did the Hotline Miami games.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about those.
What is it? They're crap. Anyways, they have a weird conference every year. I don't like watching it. I like the good old fashioned like Nintendo Treehouse Live. Like,
Very simple. Nintendo Treehouse.
whatever Xbox calls theirs. Is it going to be Xbox, Bethesda, Activision Blizzard
Yeah,
on the same stage?
probably.
And it's going to be like 4 hours long.
Yeah. Opposed to 1 hour where they just world premiere game I don't care about. World premiere game I don't care about.
Game I don't care about.
Yep.
Dude, that's how the Game Awards was.
I bet.
I bet. Who cares? Anyways, I lost track of what I was. Oh yeah, I was. So, anyways, I've been playing a lot of Switch. That's just narrows. Just say that I've been playing a lot of Switch. And it's been great. I mean, my Switch has gotten the most playtime probably it's gotten since probably Mario Odyssey.
Wow.
I mean, I've played it a good bit since then, but not like this consistently, not like every day. You know what I mean?
Like not even when you were on your Bug Fables kick.
Okay, yeah. Those were good times.
I was like, man, you played Bug Fables for like 3 months straight.
So good. Needs DLC. Justice for Bug Fables.
Justice for Bug Fables. I don't think they're gonna make DLC for it, man.
I- You gotta believe.
I don't think
Or maybe they are making it and then they'll just make a sequel.
we'll get DLC for Bug Fables at Nintendo Treehouse Live.
Claim it. Claim it.
You have to claim it. You have to manifest it, speak it into existence.
Speaking of manifesting things, um, this has nothing to do with games, but everything to do with podcasting. Bryant, we've been podcasting together for a long time.
Mm.
And whenever we post, we're the only ones that post it. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Do you know where I'm going with
I
this?
know where you're going with this. Where are you going with this?
Ronaldo gets on one podcast and everyone's like, oh, I know podcast.
Well, be careful. Renault might listen.
Doesn't listen to this.
Yeah, I know. I know he doesn't.
He doesn't listen to this.
That's because he's talking
Ugh.
about something that is more widespread than what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know, but like people could be happy for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've done this long enough to the point of getting burnt out and then coming back to it. You know what? Like,
Mm.
come on, pretty impressive.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're listening, share it.
Yeah, I mean, sure we don't have a fancy studio.
Sure.
Sure we record on Discord. Sure we're using literal headphone microphones.
We are.
Uh, but you know what? We got heart.
We do.
And
Which is one of the rings from Captain Planet, so it matters.
mhm.
So
And
if you don't like heart, you're for pollution.
you guys know why Bryant and I don't have a faith-based podcast? It's because that's our job. That's our day job.
True.
I mean, we want to talk about our hobbies.
True.
Not that we only talk about Jesus at work, but it's just, I don't know. No. Anyways,
If you do interact with our podcast in any way, shape, or form, it would be nice if you did share it on social media.
mhm,
Kind of, kind
it's
of,
true.
kind of widen this net so that more people can listen to Best Friends Pod : Gaming. And
Yeah.
who doesn't like colon gaming?
I know I love colon
I
gaming.
know I love colon gaming.
And anyways, please like, share, subscribe. Leave us a review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. You can review on Spotify now.
Yeah.
You know what? Give us 5 stars and then go over to the Joe Rogan podcast and give him 0 stars or 1 star. That'll really help us out.
That will really help us out. And then Joe Rogan will come after us.
All right, all 12 of you that listen to this regularly, I know it's more than 12 because I've seen the numbers. If you actually make Joe Rogan's podcast go down by 1/10%, that would be amazing.
We'll invite all of you on to the next episode.
Yeah, I mean, we just record this in Discord. There's no reason why we couldn't just get what's the max in here? Like 25 people?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, 25 people, and I wonder if that includes the bot.
It probably includes Craig.
So we need 22 others.
Yep.
Craig, you're real in my heart.
Yeah.
Um,
Look at his little face.
he's a cute little robot bear thing.
He is. He is.
Um, guess what we have time for this week?
What do we have time for?
20 questions.
Oh man. 20 questions time, huh?
Do you want to be the person that has the game in mind?
I want to be the person that has the game in mind.
Okay.
And I
Let me know when you have a game.
have a game in mind.
All right. Was this game released before January 1st, 2000?
No.
Okay. Was this game released before January 1st, 2010?
No.
Was this game released before January 1st, 2015?
No.
Was this game released before January 1st, 2020?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a 5-year span. Um, is this a console exclusive?
No.
Okay. Um, was this published by an American publisher?
No.
Was it a Japanese published game?
Yes.
Okay. Was it published by Square Enix?
No.
Was it published by Was it published by Capcom?
No.
Konami?
No.
Sega?
No.
Is this a From Software game?
It is. So good luck.
I mean, there wasn't that many between 2015 and 2020.
There was actually.
Was there?
Yeah. There's a lot. There weren't a lot, but you could run out of guesses.
Only have 3 left.
Yeah. Between 2015 and 2020 were at least 4.
There was Bloodborne. There was Sekiro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Dark Souls 3 was between 2015 and 2020, but I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay.
I'm gonna look.
Well, then that's only 3. I can't think of the 4th. Unless you count no, you can't count the year 2020 because I specifically asked before January 1st, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And Demon Souls is a remake made by Blue Point.
Still counts.
So it still counts?
It still counts.
Even though it was released after January 1st, 2020?
No, it doesn't count. Dark Souls 3 was released in
Yeah.
2016, so it is on the table.
Oh, okay. What am I missing?
And if I'm not mistaken, I wouldn't count a remaster, but I think Dark Souls Remastered was released in 2018.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count.
But if you wouldn't count,
I wouldn't count a remaster. But
yeah,
there are at least 4 on the table.
and it's probably the 4th one that I don't know what it is.
Sorry, no, I said 4. There's at least 3 on the table.
Oh, okay. Then I know all 3 of them. Did this game win Game of the Year?
It won Game of the Year.
Is this game Sekiro?
It could have been Bloodborne.
Did Bloodborne win Game of the Year?
I think it did. I think Bloodborne did win Game of the Year, but it was Sekiro.
Dag.
It was Sekiro.
That was a good one.
It was Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I love that game. That game is hard, but
yeah, I've heard.
It's a good game.
I've heard.
The countdown to Elden Ring begins.
Oh, it does begin. Join us next week on Friends Pod Gaming, where we will be talking about, at least a little bit, Elden Ring, because I mean we will have literally just downloaded it and maybe booted it up for a little bit. But you can find us on all social platforms at Weisscast. You can find me at The Weiss is Right. Bryant, where can they find you?
Twitter and Instagram at BKStinson08.
Go find us on the interwebs and interact with us. Until next time, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.